Hey guys! So I almost completely forgot that it's Tuesday because we're on fall break and I haven't had classes today or yesterday. But I remembered and I'm vlogging. Sam, soy muy orgullosa de ti por vlogando en español y me parece impresionante que puedes hacer todo el vlog en español porque I know you haven't been learning it for that long, so I was impressed. Yeah, like I said, it's fall break. Like all my housemates went home because they all live within driving distance and they make me feel like I go to school far away from home. And then I just talked to Catherine and I don't feel like that anymore. But yeah, so they were all home. I had the house to myself, but I didn't really like take advantage of having the house to myself. I don't know how I would take advantage of having a house to myself, but I didn't because I signed up for alternative fall break, which is like community service stuff. And oh man, when I signed up, I didn't realize how much of a time commitment it was, and like I'm really glad I did it. It was a lot of fun. I met some cool people and we did a lot of great stuff, but oh man, I am exhausted. Like, oh, we met at like between 7:15 and 7:45 each morning, and it was ridiculous, but I managed to do it. Oh man, okay, so we started the first, like, what I consider the first day was Sunday, because we had, like, dinner on Saturday and did, like, a few activities and talked about stuff. We didn't really, like, do anything until Sunday. So Friday night, I had stayed up, like, super late, and then I slept in until, like, ridiculously late in the afternoon on Saturday, which was then bad, because when I got to the dinner thing on Saturday and we were, like, talking about stuff, they gave us the schedule, and it was like, oh, we're meeting at, like, 7:30 tomorrow, and I was just like, oh, crap. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed early, I'm gonna go to bed early. And I was actually really proud of myself. I managed to fall asleep by like midnight. I only know exactly what time it was because my brother called me like right before I was about to fall asleep, and I looked and it was like, I'm not gonna answer this phone call. And then later I like checked the time so I could see when it was. So yeah, I fell asleep around like midnight, and I was really proud of myself for that. But then at like 2, I woke up and I just could not get back to sleep, and it was so terrible. So I like tried really hard for a while and it just wasn't working, and then I made the mistake of being like, oh, well, I'll check my email. So I got on the computer, and then of course I was not falling asleep again after that. So yeah, I just stayed up until I had to meet people at 7:30, which was a really stupid idea. But then I was really proud of myself for making it through the whole day on like 2 hours of sleep and 8 ounces of coffee, which I didn't even get until like 3 in the afternoon. But yeah, that was a long day. And then after that, luckily, I was able to start going to bed earlier because I was exhausted. So then that made the waking up earlier thing easier, which was nice. But yeah, we went to a church that did breakfast for homeless people and low income individuals, and we went to like a nearby creek where we pulled up a bunch of invasive English ivy, and we actually transplanted some trees that were planted like too close to something and we had to move them, I don't know. And then we went to a food bank and we like bagged little lunch things for a program that gives food to children from low-income families, so that they can like get sustenance and do better and hopefully improve their situations that way. Because like, I don't know, we talked a lot about how sometimes service is like a band-aid solution, but that doesn't mean that it's worthless, because maybe there are better things we could be doing to end hunger or to like solve poverty, but that's like a big issue and it's going to take time and everything. So while people are working toward that, it is still important to have those band-aid solutions, like, because they're important too, basically. That's the conclusion that we came to. Sorry, that was kind of a tangent. What else did we do? We went to a farm and we got to help them make a hoop house, which is kind of like a greenhouse, but different somehow. I'm not entirely sure how. We went to a retirement home and we just like talked and hung out with some, what's the politically correct term for old people? I forget. Wow. Yeah, we talked to them. Anyway, what else? We went to, we did some other, like, I don't know, we did a lot of cool stuff, and it was good. Like I said, I'm glad I did it. Yeah, I don't really know what else there's to talk. Oh, I mentioned that my brother called me like right before I fell asleep, and then I was like, oh, should I call him back? Like maybe it was something important, because he only ever calls me like when he needs, well, not when he needs, he doesn't even like, he doesn't ever call me during the school year. I mean, when he calls me in the summer, it's like, are you at your computer? Can you look up this place on Google Maps and tell me how to get there? Or like, can you like go into my email and find this email that someone sent me and it has his cell phone number in it and I need his number? And I'm just like, oh. Or he'll call me and be like, if mom asks, can you tell her that I'm sleeping over at Jeff's house? And I'm just like, yeah, sure. So yeah, but like he doesn't call me during the school year, so it's like, what is this about? Like maybe it was something important, should I call him back? But then I was thinking this at like 7 in the morning and I was like, I can't call him now. It's like 7 o'clock on a Sunday, he's not gonna be awake. So yeah, but then he called me back this afternoon, and I guess he was just calling to talk. It was kind of weird. I was like, oh, okay, you don't need anything? He was like, mom told me that you had a 4-day weekend, so she said it would be a good time to call. So I think she put him up to it, but I was just so confused. But it was good. Like, I like my brother, so that was cool. That's pretty much all I have to say. I've been working on my Amigos project staff application, which is exciting. I basically will look stupid if I back out now, because I already gave like my Latin American Studies professor and my physician back at home the forms that they need. Well, because like my professor's writing me a letter of rec, and then my physician has to do like a confidential health form thing to make sure that I'm adequately prepared mentally and physically for the strains of being a project supervisor. So I gave them those forms to fill out, and they're gonna send them straight to Amigos. So if I don't send an application, I'm gonna look stupid. But it's okay, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna send an application, because it's really something I want to do. Except I realized that if I'm a PC this summer, I might miss my brother's graduation, which would be sad. But I might be able to time it so that I can go to that. It just depends. A stupid quarter system. If he was on the semester system, I would definitely not miss his graduation. But yeah, that's like my news. I thought I would get more work on my application done this weekend, because I thought I would have more free time this weekend, but I didn't. But that's okay, because I had an awesome weekend. And I hope that you guys had awesome weekends too. Catherine, I know you were in New York, and I haven't really heard that many stories about it yet, because we haven't really talked that much yet, which is kind of weird, because I think we're both online right now and we're like not talking. I don't know. But we should talk about that. And Sam, I hope you had an awesome weekend too. We should talk, because I haven't really talked to you that much recently, except for like through vlogs, but then I forget things quickly vlogging. I don't know, like I just watched your vlog like today, and I already kind of forget what you talked about. Sorry, does that sound like dismissive of your life? Your life is important to me.